versus Palmer captaincy Kayman. So get ready to dunk my
You
ass.
man are crazy, bro. All right. I think it's all ready, boys. I think we're
Yo, do
live.
you want? Wait, why don't you post the picture of the graphic that you made
Which
in the
one?
thing?
Which one?
Remember, there was the graphic. Kilwa made the graphic, bro. Or not?
I can't remember, bro. So I can't
Let's
remember.
Oh,
just
you don't want
start
to
the
put it? Okay.
damn podcast,
Yeah, we're
bro.
live, bro. We're literally live, bro. Just cook, bro. Let's cook.
Oh shit. My bad,
Yeah,
bro.
cool. All right, let's just give it a minute, I guess, for everyone to tune in and shit. So,
Of course,
but
bro. Of
let's
course.
go to it.
No. Start the intro, man, because the intro, you want to join while we're getting into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I can't see the. Oh, good. Don't worry, bro. Let's try. Might be slightly off center, I think. 'Cause I can't see myself on the screen this time. Okay, though.
You're on the screen, you're live on it, but what?
Okay, cool. Let's stress then. Man, I'm so nervous, bro. Oh man, we haven't had a pod in a minute, bro.
You know he's live, Ponty, right?
I know, but
We're
still.
live. Let's make sure.
Bro, I don't know how we're gonna review this Palmer versus Salah captaincy, bro. It actually sucks.
Cool. Things.
It's been a minute though, I can't lie, man. Mark, everything good?
I think
Yeah,
so.
bro.
Yeah, let's
Or
just
I
cook,
thought
bro.
you'd be like going through some sort of depression the way Palmer's been playing recently, you know?
No. I ordered a rope on Amazon, man.
Yo, can you hear Stark properly or is he
Yeah.
quiet?
I'm just gonna check on the finger now. You guys speak?
Yeah.
So, can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah, stock is good. Everyone's good.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
perfect. No problem.
Cool. It's all good. We can cook, bro, honestly. Let's go.
Nah, but Chelsea fans must be fuming, bro, recently. Because it's like the performances really haven't been that great.
It
Yeah,
hasn't been.
keep rubbing it in.
No, I'm not. I'm just poking. I'm just,
Bro, you know what's funny,
like,
yeah? Kanji is so funny because when Liverpool lost to PSG and I was kept talking about them and he didn't want to talk about it in space, bro. He kept on to change subject, bro. I remember, bro. This guy, I want to let that go as well, bro. You lost to a bunch of certified holiday campers, bro. Them man there, it's a holiday camp at PSG, bro. How are you losing to PSG in 2025, bro? Imagine them man lost Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar, arguably two of our greatest players in our generation, and them man still beat you, bro. That's pathetic, bro.
to be fair,
More Salah,
they
Santa
rebuilt
Salah, bro.
after.
Come on, bro. What's going on, bro? Salah, listen,
No,
Salah was moving like Casper the Ghost. Ballon d'Or Salah, what happened to Ballon d'Or Salah, bro? Mr. 40-50 GA, what happened? FPO King, eh? Tell him to
you know
stick
what?
to just FPO, bro.
His narrative like really took a hit in the Champions League, bro, because he didn't even get a goal or an assist. Like, Salah's really been carrying us. Like, even in the Prem, in the Champions League, he's been the one delivering the GA. But the one time Salah didn't deliver, the team couldn't step up to carry Liverpool, and that's a little bit of a disappointment. So I feel a little bit sad for Mo in a way, but the Ballon d'Or narrative looks like a far-fetched dream now.
No, facts, bro. Facts. It's over. I think that dream is over, but personally.
Good, you don't
All
deserve
right,
it.
let's start the pod. We'll start the pod. I think that'll be a great way to start. We can just start off with Champions League and and then captaincy last week. Okay, let's do it. You guys ready?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. Been ready, bro.
All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 18 of the FPL Roundtable Podcast. I'm your host, Kanji FPL, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, FPL Kayman and FPL Stark. How you guys doing, boys?
I'm
Good,
good.
man. I'm good.
Good. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a wild week. I'm not gonna lie. Like Liverpool just getting knocked out of the Champions League. That's probably a good place to start. Do you guys have any thoughts on the two legs of Liverpool versus PSG?
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching that game, to be honest. It's been so long since someone really just smoked Liverpool. So it was really an enjoyable watch, to be honest. And I feel like Slot got his consequences for not rotating for Southampton personally.
I personally
What do you
thought
think,
you man got outplayed, bro. I personally thought you man were like basically a mid-table team. you didn't play like you're on top of the Champions League table, like honestly, or like because you were quite dominant in the group stages, right? And you finished on top of the table, whatever the new format is, and you look like the best team. And I was told you might not the best team in the world. I was told Slot was better than Klopp. I was told all these things, Salah Ballon d'Or season, just for you to go crash out in the round of 16, bro. That is pathetic. First and foremost. Second of all, Slot, you're not that guy. Humble yourself. Yeah, calm down. Yeah, Luis Enrique told you well gone, eh? So finally, Trent.
No, but it's
No, let me cook. Let me
just
let me let me land. Let me land. Let me land. Let me land. Because it's been a minute. It's been a long time since I could cook Liverpool. Because all this time you've been one us telling us to pull up the table on the graphics. I want to see the Liverpool graphics table. You know what I mean? I want to talk about Salah. I want to talk about Trent. We talked about all of them. We gave them their praises. Now it's time to criticize them. They've crashed out of Champions League versus certified butlers. PSG is known as one of the biggest butlers in the Champions League. They're known as a bunch of holiday campers. They're known as people where they go to their retirement home. That's what they're known for. You lost to a bunch of retirement guys, bro. That's what they are, right? Ultimately, I personally think you were quite disappointing, and it was quite shocking how you went out at home, losing when you're up 1-0. And it will go in the history books, and I'm glad, you know. So that's my thoughts.
yeah. On aggregate, the XG in the match, PSG like had 5.3 XG and Liverpool had 2 XG. So definitely the second best team over both legs. And like you guys mentioned earlier, like we didn't really play that well. Like overall, like we got dominated in the first game. We were lucky that we had a Darwin Nunes to Harvey Elliott goal in Paris. Like we escaped with the 1-0. I thought we'd have a much better performance at Anfield. But even then, like it was pretty poor. Like, of course, we had chances to score. I think Trent had an assist to someone, but it was offside, and Trent picks up the injury. We'll touch on that, but the overall team performance was just horrible. Um, I'm just very disappointed in the team. I expected more. I can't lie. And to touch on Trent, we don't know how long he's going to be injured. Slot came out in a press conference saying that he's going to be coming back towards. He'll be back before the end of the season, but that's not the type of update that you want to hear. So we don't know how long he's actually going to be out. So for anybody that owns him and you're not on free hit, I think he's just going to be a sell, right?
You riddle me this one, right? Liverpool, 13 points there at the top of the table, playing the worst team. Slot last week said himself, Trent is not ready to play 90 minutes every 3 days, 3 times a week, twice a week. Can someone please educate me on why he played 90 minutes or 87 minutes versus Southampton?
No, there's no excuse, bro. Like this is his first mistake of the season. And to be fair, like we're in what, like the 60% mark of the season. We're like 60% of the way through, or 70% of the way through the actual whole season. And this is his real first mistake, I think. All the
Right.
other mistakes that he's made have been so minimal, but like this one really costed us, bro.
Okay,
And I'm
on
with
this,
you. I'm with you though.
I'm going to start talking like an Italian, yeah, very expressive, right? Passionate. This is why when Palmer Salah captaincy was the discussion last week, in my opinion, it was very logical to maybe look at perceived trend as a minute's risk or maybe rotation, because in my opinion, any logical manager, given that context, would rotate a lot of those first team players in order to give 100% from a physical perspective in that PSG second leg, because it 100% required that level. They don't stop running for 90 minutes and the game went to extra time. And I don't remember Liverpool giving anything in that extra time phase after. So I feel like I've been proven right with that performance. Trent came off injured. Canate came off with a knock. This is what happens when you don't rest your players in big games, 4 big games. And I'm glad that this point's been proven. Obviously, Palmer flopped like a bitch, anyways. And Salah was the right captain from a minutes perspective. But I feel like if Slot had, yeah, let me not speak actually. I'll be in big trouble.
It's
On,
mad to
on
think
the
that, like,
captaincy,
given
yeah.
the
Just to switch topic, Kanji, so you got you. Just on the captaincy, like the whole week, right, in the spaces in the community, Kanji, the narrative was Liverpool gonna rotate players. Salah was gonna get less minutes. Some were even claiming he's gonna get benched, and most was claiming that Trent was gonna get benched, which I actually understood. The only reason why I didn't agree to that was because there was no one else basically to rest Trent for. So I actually had Trent starting personally, but I thought he would get like say 60 minute sub or something like that. I also thought Salah would get 70, 80 minutes sub. I have to be honest here. I think Salah's and Trent's minute automatically increased the minute they consider that goal. So that's something that went in their Salah captain's favor. But I think regardless of Salah's 60, 70, 80 minutes, right? I think in the form that he's in and the fact that he's racking up GAs and everything is falling on his favor, right? And he's got Southampton at home. They're going for the league. I think all the sides pointed to a Salah captain, but because I feel like some people are trying to look for reasons to go against him and chase, where in a week where I didn't think it was necessary personally, it was an unnecessary risk. Yeah, I just didn't agree with it. Especially people are trying to downplay Salah's minutes and Salah's output versus a promoted team. And the same reason they've used to go against Salah the week prior, they were not using those reasons for Salah the week after. So I thought that was a bit ironic or
Right.
hypocritical. It should in that sense.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you where the skill issue lies in
yeah,
this scenario. The
yeah.
skill issue, because I Captain Palmer, the skill issue lies that I was making a decision based on what I would do if I was the manager, and I was being too logical. Whereas Slot, I'm not Slot. I'm guessing at the end of the day, Slot didn't rest anyone. I think he did pay the price for that, but he still didn't do it, and I didn't really account for that because if that wasn't the case, then Salah would not be his captain based on form, fixture, everything. It was just a minutes and rotation element. And do you know what the irony of this situation is? Salah was shit. Liverpool were 1-0 down at half time to the worst team, and it was three fresh substitutions, barring McAllister at half time, that changed the game and helped them actually inject energy into the game. So if he rotated from the beginning, who knows what could have happened? Why didn't Harvey Elliott, why didn't the likes of these players start from the beginning?
I agree with you, Stock. Actually, I think he should have rotated personally. I think, but I just felt like I think the reason why he didn't rotate Stock is because he wanted to secure the Premier League. I think he didn't want to be too greedy because think about him basically logically it makes sense to rotate, but he just wants to say, listen, even though Southampton, I'm not benching my best players because I don't trust this. I don't think we'll beat even them because you know how difficult Premier League is, right? Like every team is
No, I'm
there's no
sorry.
easy games,
I,
right?
I don't accept it. Southampton are shit.
And I
Period.
agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. But they've struggled. Liverpool actually versus Southampton, they struggle all the time. Historically speaking, even this season they struggle versus them. Even in the first leg start, they conceded. They went down first,
But,
and then they
Mhm.
came
but
back
look
up.
how
Yeah.
easy it was. Look how easy it was in the second half with fresh legs
No,
and energy.
I agree with you that they should have rotated, but I disagree in the statement that they should bench their best players like the likes of Salah and Trent because I feel like without those two, even with their fresh legs, they're not scoring. It's very because
No, they should have. He should have benched Trent. Period. He's not fit enough to play the
but
games.
if there was Bradley, yes, but there's no one else like. And
No,
Trent
but it
injury
doesn't
was
matter.
not to do fatigue. And Trent's injury was not to due to fatigue. It was due to him just literally going for an unnecessary challenge literally in the
Okay,
middle of
but
nowhere.
Kayman,
Yeah,
why did he go for the unnecessary challenge?
it was stupid of him. He didn't need to.
No, he did it because he was tired and he wanted to foul him so the team could get a rest and prevent a fast break counter attack. He went
Yeah.
in to
I
try
don't
and
think it was a
flat.
fast break counter attack when he got it though. Like I don't think so.
No, but
It was cause
he's like
wait,
in
because
that
it's really
little
far away. There was no
in that
threat at
phase
all.
of in that phase of play, Trent was trying to foul a player. Like within that 2 minutes when he was pushed up the pitch, he was trying to foul players because he couldn't be asked to get back in position and run back. He wants the play to slow down so he can walk back into play. That's just my opinion. He looked
Fair
very
enough, fair
tired
Yeah.
enough.
in that phase of
No,
the game.
I agree with the
That's
Konate thing.
fair.
Konate was quite tired. Konate had too much on him. I genuinely thought he would get benched versus Southampton. It made no sense to start him because we know how injury prone that guy is. And if anyone in that team needs rest, it's Konate. Because the guy is just bro. You never know with this guy.
Well, either way, like there was some sort of just like squad mismanagement, I think.
Yeah, I
Even
agree.
if you start all the key players, I think you just have to sub everybody off at 60. But yeah, I think you
Yeah.
just give too much credit to Southampton. Like we're already 13 points clear. We could have lost that game and it wouldn't have made a difference in the grand scheme of things. But anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a little bit disappointed in Cole Palmer. He's really let me down this season. One of the biggest reasons I've like had such a poor rank all year has been captaincy. I think I've captained Palmer 5 times this year. Just pulling up my Twitter, I've captained him against Leicester, Southampton, Ipswich, Southampton, and Leicester, and has gotten me a total of 14 points. That's before doubling it, of course, but like that's nothing. That's like basically getting like one goal over like five of the newly promoted games. Like it's ridiculous. He had like 6.4 XGI. He only got me one return. In that time, Salah's gotten 7.7 XGI, so more than the 6.4 from Palmer. But he's gotten 68 points versus Palmer's 14 points. So that volatile swing from captaincy has destroyed me this season. And I don't think I'll be able to make up those points. Like there won't be any like retribution or Palmer outscoring Salah from now till the end. Like they're just, I won't be able to make up those points. It's just how I've just lost those points to the field. So I'm curious to hear, like, do you guys, is your opinion on captaincy changed, or do you still feel like captaining the player that scores the most points is the right way to do it, or do you think you should keep in mind like EO?
Whoever's going to score the most points for me personally, I don't factor in in my decision.
Yeah, I think whoever's gonna score the best, most points personally as well. Yeah. Sometimes I do try to go against. I do play the EO to chase though. If I was chasing, I'll try to play the EO. I think at the beginning of the season, I was trying to do that. I was trying to back against Salah a lot because I wanted to basically. I thought it's early in the season. I can take a few risks here and there, so I was backing against the field. Um, but obviously, Salah is not the man you should back against.
Yeah. I think that was just a really interesting discussion. So we touched on captaincy last week. We touched on Liverpool jumping out of the Champions League. Do you think there are any like impacts to Liverpool not being in the Champions League anymore in terms of FPL?
Yeah, you've got to keep Salah even in single game weeks when other teams are doubling.
Yeah, because in
Just
any game
makes
week you
sense.
can get 16 points. 16 points minimum you can get
He's
it.
just they're just going to be focused on the league and breaking records, so it just
Yeah.
keep him in your team.
Yeah. You don't sell
Yeah,
Salah for single because the thing is the risk to reward ratio is too much. Because whoever you're replacing him with, you're expecting that person to match with that ceiling. Because Salah's
Mm.
ceiling in every single game week, regardless of fixture, is 16 points now, if not 14.
yeah.
Two returns, two
It's
returns and
just
bonus
the
points.
bonus points. Yeah, the bonus
I'm
points
sorry, you
being in
cannot name me
Salah's
one player
favor.
in the game that can match that in any given game week. You cannot name me
No,
any
but
player.
he's very expensive as well. So like, let's say you went from Salah to Bruno, and then you spent the extra 4 million somewhere else. Maybe you could, but
Yeah, but
even the other premiums are not really returning like
yeah,
him.
but who are you even buying? There is no Saka. There is no freaking Palmer. Is like he's fallen off the cliff. Who are you even investing that money into? Trent is out.
Exactly, bro.
Guardiola's not keeping clean sheet every week. He's not scoring goals left, right, and center. So the money aspect, I disagree with because it's not like you're dying to afford another premium that you can't right now.
What's the celebration? Is it this?
Which one is that?
I see you're investing it into.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because it's really because right now we all have a great team value, right? Stock. It's not like that you have 100 million. People have 107, 106 minimum team value. So that extra 6 million that you have now later in the season, that does allow you to afford the Haaland slash as a Salah draft. And not only that, your other premiums they're not being productive. So you can drop the likes of Palmer and live with it. You can drop the likes of freaking what's it called? Saka's not even there. Trent, you can drop them. Guardiola, you do not need to go expensive at the back. You do not need to do that. You have so many
I was
enablers in defense. I'm sorry, the Haaland Salah draft is easily affordable. People justifying the price aspect of it. I strongly disagree. Like I can show you my team, and I'm not really missing much except Palmer, but I have Haaland.
yeah. Yeah, you see the graphic on the screen now, Palmer versus Haaland last 10 games. Like this is a good talking point because a lot of people are looking at selling Palmer, especially some managers who have captained Palmer recently and been burnt by him. So in terms of routes to Haaland, should we have that discussion
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
maybe
think
discuss is
yeah.
Palmer worth selling to get him?
Yeah, so just to quickly
Like,
touch on this, by the way, if you guys can see, Haaland actually returned 7 out of the last 10 games, so that he's seems to be back on form. He's got 2 double digit return, if I'm not mistaken. Two double digit return. Palmer also has two
yeah,
double digits return, but Palmer has much more. He's that's all he's got, and 1 assist, I think. So Palmer got total 3 returns, and Haaland's got 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. I think he's got overall like 10 returns in the last 9 or 10 returns in the last 10 game weeks. So Haaland is almost somewhat living up to his price. Palmer has not been. Honestly, he has not been. Like a cheapy enabler can match what Palmer has done in the last 10 game weeks. So it's
Yeah.
very difficult. This graphic is just to tell you that look, if you were to sacrifice anyone, I mean, if I pull up Salah's record in the last 10 games, I'm sorry.
No,
I
no, no.
cannot justify
Let's not
selling
go there.
Salah.
Let's not go there.
I can't
No,
justify it. Do you know
no,
what I
yeah.
mean? So when I'm seeing on timeline some people trying to be different and selling Salah, I'm sorry. When you have a Palmer, a guy who's been stinking it up, I'll much rather sell him and hedge my bets versus him compared to a Salah, although he blanks. Moving on.
it is team dependent and strategy dependent though,
That's true.
because
It is, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
some
that's true.
people are selling him and buying him back in 30 or 31, and
Which is fair. Which is fair. Yeah.
short term I can understand it more, but longer term I don't understand it.
Agreed.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we move to the next slide, we'd have like the different types of assets that we look to sell to get Holland. Now, like, what would you guys be thinking? Because I'm on free hit, so I'm just gonna free hit Holland in. I don't really have an intention to bring Holland in. I'm sure you guys are on the other side of things. So what are you guys thinking?
Uh, spoiler alert, I've done it, and I've sacrificed Trent and Isak to do so. So I'm on a 3 million draft with Palmer, Salah, and Haaland because I've got good team value. I've used my AM chip already, so I don't need to have an extra 1.5 million spent chilling around. I just need to bench boost, and I plan on bench boosting after a wild card. So, and I think all depends on the doubles. But I think if you've got the team value, if I look at their fixtures and the possibility of them doubling, I just think, okay, so who do I want from that team for that fixture run? The only player that's nailed for 90 minutes is Haaland, where everyone else is just Russian roulette. You're going to get burnt at least one game week from now till 38. If you go for Mamouche or Foden, De Bruyne, Savio, Doku, Bernardo Silva, one of them will burn you. Whereas Haaland, unless he gets injured, you know he's getting 90 minutes. So that's why for me, I think he's worth it.
I think this graphic, what it helps with is like in terms of Haaland best route. I think one of the reasons why I put up the fixtures is these are the teams that the players that we are currently having our team from, or we are looking to buy from. So, say for example, if you're selling
Mm,
Isak, we're buying Haaland, right? So, and Newcastle was blanking, and a City who has a good fixture at home to Brighton, who we're investing in. Similarly with Palace, if you're selling the likes of maybe Eze or Munoz or whoever, you may be then buying maybe a Forest defender. So this is what this graphic shows, and I'm assuming a lot of people might have Watkins, Isak, and whatnot. I think there's two ways to go about it. If you have two free transfers, it's easy to downgrade Palmer to a Langa or Hudson-Odoi and go Isak to Haaland. That's what I've done, to be honest. Spoiler alert. Straight up 2 moves, no hits taken, and then I was able to put 11 out of your players. If you can do that, that's what I'd personally recommend. The second route is if you want to keep the premium structure like Stark has mentioned, you can sell Trent to a cheapie like Nico Williams, Forest got Ipswich, which is a very good fixture. And you can go, say for example, say Mbeumo or maybe another one of the midfielders that's maybe 8 million, Mbeumo, Bowen, whoever you have, down to a cheapie. A cheapie would be Minte, Ilanga, Hudson-Odoi again, and then you got Isak or Cunha to Haaland if you have extra money in the bank. I think this is the two these are the two routes, two transfers or two transfers depending on how much money you have in the bank. And the players that I'll be willing to sell are Isak, Palmer, Trent, and potentially Mbeumo, depending on the team and depending on how many players you can put out. What do you guys think, guys?
mhm. Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at Holland, I think you get the captaincy in 29 at home to Brighton, and you also get the captaincy at home against Leicester in game week 30. Would we agree that Holland is the best captain in 30?
On
I
paper,
think so,
yes.
personally.
On paper, yes, but outcome would be different. Outcome, we could sit here after game week 29 and say that Salah's got another double-digit return. So I wouldn't be shocked. But I'll be on Haaland captaincy though, regardless, whatever it takes.
Or
Mm.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best fixture on paper in the game week,
Yeah,
unless you've got.
yeah,
Well, you could argue Southampton's obviously a better fixture, but who are you going to captain, Mateta or Haaland?
I'm going
boom,
Haaland
boom,
every
boom.
single day, bro.
No. I was actually considering Cole Palmer actually for captaincy at home
Yeah,
to
you're
Spurs.
bugging out, my bro. You're bugging out,
No,
bro.
I get it. I do get it. It's a nice fixture, but I tell you what, Chelsea, it's not the same Chelsea at the start of the season. Let me tell you that much. Not without Jackson.
Listen,
Yeah, well,
you
hopefully,
cannot be coming here. Sorry, Kanji, bro. Sorry, you cannot be coming here and recommending Palmer captains in game week 30 when the dude just put up stinkers versus freaking Leicester and Southampton. We're not having it, bro. We're not having it. The dude needs to he needs to do a lot of groundwork before we can trust him again. All right, so moving on to best
yeah,
free hit team for game week 29. This is my boy Kanji, who is on free hit by the way, and he's activated it. Let's wish him all the best. His team looks absolute fire. One thing that stands out to me is he does have double United, which I do like, but I'm not a big fan because yeah, trusting United these days
yeah.
could be
So
difficult. Yeah, go on, Kanji.
yeah, so let's break down the free hit. Let's first off start with the locks. So we
Yeah,
have the locks of Chris Wood and Erling Haaland. Like those two are the best strikers this week. Moving into the midfield, I look at Cliver and Bruno as the locks, and I'm going to add in Brian and Bumo. He has an incredible record against Bournemouth. I know Bournemouth are very good, especially at home games. Their defense is elite. I think they've only conceded 10 goals in matches at home. But I just think Bumo is not the type of player I wanna be backing against. I mean, he's played 90 minutes on pens. He has a great record against them. So to me, Bumo, Kluivert, Bruno, Wood, and Holland are the 5 picks that I'm just gonna keep in, the free hit. Then it's about the 2 other fun picks, and to me, I think I have to ask myself, "Okay, Nottingham Forest are playing away at Ipswich. I definitely want to have 3 Nottingham Forest players. They've been so consistent. Do I go for the double Forest defense or do I go for the double Forest attack?" And I just wasn't sure because when I looked at the other players, I could go for like a Foden as a differential attacker. I could go for a Semenyo. I could go for, I don't know, like a Garnacho. I could go for a Wolves player, but I just didn't have much confidence in any of those. So that's why I ended up landing with a Gibbs White in my team. So those 6 are absolutely locked. Now the last spot is Beto. Beto's XGI has been very, very solid. He's picked up zero point 0.6 XGI for 6 matches in a row. I think he's like top 2 or top 3 for all strikers in FPL for expected goal involvement in the past 6 matches. So his data is very strong. And to counter that, though, you have West Ham, who have really shut the shop playing like a 5-back formation, and they've really improved defensively. So it's a weird situation. So I'm not sure if I really like the Beto spot. So that's why I'm going to be looking to wait to see if there is news on if there's a Man City leak. Is a Marmoush going to start? Is a Foden going to start? Because if we get that, then I would probably just put them into the draft. So the Beto spot is the one up for grabs. And then 8 Nuri and Dallo for me are just like the super locks as well as sells. Those are the 3 defensive ones because like when you look at like the newly promoted teams, they just really struggle to score goals. I don't think Leicester have scored a goal at home for 5 games in a row. So like a Dallo just makes a lot of sense. He just picked up a goal in Europa League as well. Aid Nuri is just one of those players that does very well against these newly promoted sides. He just has like he's basically given the license to push forward from defense. I know Cunha's not there, so it's going to be harder for Wolves to pick up a result without their best player that bails them out. But I still want to trust Aid Nuri. So Aid Nuri and Dallo are locks. Some form of 9-4 defense makes sense. And so like the Vardiol and Beto spots are the ones that I'm like playing around with. I've considered a Mazraoui there because Dorgu is suspended. I've considered double Forest defense in that spot. So yeah, the Vardiol and Beto spots are the ones that I'm really open and up to for discussion. Like, what do you guys think about that?
This is the first time I'm seeing your free hit team because I've not really been active in spaces a week. I've just kind of disengaged from FPL. So I think I don't know if I'd have Guardiola. I've got a feeling Brighton score, and I haven't seen him advance in his like proper overlapping position in the last few game weeks. So I don't think the attacking element is there to justify the potential clean sheet because there isn't a clean sheet potential in my opinion. I think the defense is quite shocking. So maybe I don't know. I think a few weeks ago I was kind of put off by like a Gabriel, but I'd probably go for Gabriel ahead of Guardiola.
No way. You're a Chelsea fan. You're telling me to put Gabriel in my team.
I just don't see how we score past Arsenal. We don't have a striker. Palmer's like literally playing quite horrible. Yeah, and Caicedo and Enzo have been playing in Thursday against Copenhagen. I just think Mareshka's football's been quite lackluster recently. I just can't. I'll put it this way: I wouldn't be surprised to see us not scoring versus Arsenal.
Mm. Yeah, I built the team sort of staying away from that fixture. Like I didn't include Palmer, didn't include an Arsenal defender, just because I was hoping for a 1-1 and hopefully they both blank type of thing.
Kanji, look at it this way:
Yeah, good
you're
food for
going
thought.
against Palmer, right? You're going against Palmer, whereas me and Kane, or not, a lot of us still have Palmer, and we're obviously going to start him to field 11. So that's obviously free hit versus non-free hit. So why wouldn't you go against Palmer like as much as you can and bring in an Arsenal defender? So then if Palmer blanks, you
Everybody
also
owns
get.
Arsenal defense too. Like everybody, like the EO for Arsenal is like super high, man. Like I think the whole like at least in the analytics community, Gabriel is like 75%. Most of the engaged community have at least like one, maybe like at least 60% owned Arsenal defense. Palmer will also be 60% owned. Like
We're shocking at defending set pieces as well, to be fair. So actually, no, do you know what? That's a lie. We're not actually shocking. We've got a set piece coach who's actually drastically improved us. So that's a lie.
well, Gabriel has scored against Chelsea in the past, but I will definitely consider it. I honestly wouldn't have considered any sort of form of a player from that match, but the fact that you're saying this and you're a Chelsea fan, that has a lot of weight for me.
Well, I
So I'll
just think
definitely
sure,
consider it.
surely you must have a lot of money chilling in your bank.
But yeah, the money's not a problem. There's no
Yeah,
Salah,
because
there's no Isak, bro.
I was going to suggest if you drop Beto and play a 3-5-2, and that gives you, based on team leaks, maybe you could go for a Son or a Foden, or I don't know, like just
I
a
like
better
Foden
fit.
Kanji for you instead of Beto. I genuinely do, bro. I can see Foden cooking, man.
Yeah.
Potentially.
So you guys are so we're attacking that Beto spot. So I'm happy to put Foden in that position if we get a good league.
Yeah,
Would you
yeah,
guys also
exactly.
consider Marmoush as well in
Yeah,
the same
depending on who
spot? Like
starts,
if
I would go for the second City attacker potentially, bro. Because they're at home, isn't it? So you can expect a lot of goals. But if you don't want to put all your
yeah,
bags in one basket, I understand where you're going better. I don't absolutely hate it. Uh,
yeah.
so
The
I
thing
know
with
I
Beto,
hate it. I hate it myself. Like I don't feel happy with it.
I
then
don't
go
I
Evan
don't like
Nelson.
the
Evan
Beto.
Nelson can bang versus Brentford, bro.
bro. That's a good
I don't
point.
like the Beto pick because I know he has good XG, and I think it's probably an analytics pick based on his fixtures recently. But I think West Ham is a team that's set up to not concede lots of goals, and I could only really see Everton scoring max 2, and I don't think Beto is like a talisman. So like you're really looking at like a 6 point pointer from Beto, whereas you've got the money there, try and maximize the upside from a free hit and really attack a fixture. But like you're saying, I don't really I like West Ham's defense. They've improved, but then you're picking Beto. Like you've got to play out the fixtures in your head and then really attack
Yeah,
with
that's what
what
I'm
you're.
saying. The options in terms of attackers on free hit are actually not they're not amazing. So it's like Beto, Semenyo, like these guys are very like okay recently. Beto is better than Semenyo, that's why he's in. But
I
either
don't
way,
know.
I
I
think
don't know why
Foden comes
Semenyo
in
always comes
or
up in these
Marmoush comes in.
conversations. I don't understand. Like there are so many other options than
Okay, yo,
Semenyo.
this Semenyo disrespect is
What
madness.
do you
Okay,
mean
Bournemouth
disrespect,
are the
Kanji? I've
second
owned him for
best.
12 weeks. I've owned him for 12 weeks in a row, and I've got one return. How am I
No,
disrespecting?
I know he
If I have
hasn't
owned an
returned
asset and he
recently.
has underperformed, I have the right to criticize him and not recommend him because this asset has been a failure in the past. With all due disrespect, I do not consider Semenyo to be a great FPL asset. He's a good footballer. I give him that. He's a great footballer for his team. That's why he gets all the minutes, and I'm sure he's gonna get a big move. But unfortunately, he's not a GA guy. He's not.
All right, well,
No,
let's see how things evolve. Let's see
no,
how things
better. No,
evolve.
there is appeal to Beto, and I understand it. Like he does have high XGI, I think, and he's getting a lot of shots and he's getting a lot of big chances in every game. My issue with it is I don't like the fixture because I just see it being a
Mm,
tight game because that's what West Ham under Potter are all about. So I don't see
I know.
the upside when it's a free hit. So it's not as if
Yeah,
you're picking him and you're going, oh, I've got to keep him. I can't wait to transfer. It's a free hit, so you can literally go for whoever you like. So there's more
yeah.
options.
Nah. Okay, let's end the conversation here with I'm probably gonna put Foden or Marmoush in that spot come the deadline. Hopefully, if we get a leak. The only
Overall,
question
the
is
free
on
hit
that
looks solid. By the
last.
way, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10, bro. Right now, it looks solid. Honestly,
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the
do you know
last
what
spot
makes
that
it
I'm
solid?
worried
By
about
the
is
way,
Gvardiol.
because of the
What?
fact that you got Guardiola and you have obviously you went a bit different with your defense. Like you got a differential in Nate Nori, you got Guardiola as a differential, I think, and you have a bit of a spice, a bit more with Dalot because most people won't have this back line. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah, no one's gonna be on this. But yo, have you considered like would I be crazy to go in with double Man United
oh
defense?
my god, bro,
I
this
mean,
I was
Leicester haven't
afraid.
scored a
I was
goal for
afraid. I was afraid.
games, bro.
I was
Yeah, I
afraid.
think you would be. I think you would be, but I think if this game week was Chelsea versus Leicester, if you free hit last week and you said would that be crazy to go double Chelsea defense? I'd say yes, based on our defense, but Chelsea kept a clean sheet versus Leicester, so I can't
And
call
look
you
at what
completely
Cucurella
crazy.
and Colwill did. Like, look at them, bro. Like that could be.
No,
Oh my
but
god! And
bro, listen, we've been
We're
hot on
not at home though. We're
Cucurella.
not at home. It's away.
We've been hot on Cucurella all season, man, and he's been getting like a shot a game for like every game. He's been so advanced, scoring headers in the box, and the goal he scored last game it was actually phenomenal. To be fair,
mm,
but
He's
it's
gonna
that's
get
just
enough
this is
our
shots
the
this
clean
year,
same
sheet.
reason
man.
I don't want to put that like that. See, you see this? Like Chelsea have a player that can actually get a goal. Like I know they look poor, they're playing poorly, all this. They have enough quality in the team to score one goal. That's the thing. That's why I don't want to go Gabriel. That's why it's like I look, I see I'd rather go Guardiola ahead of him, and I'd rather go for a double Man United defender ahead of Gabriel.
Fairs,
I'd rather
fairs.
go double City attack than Haaland and one defender personally.
Yeah, I like CWC
Yeah.
attack as well. Marmoush or Foden. That's my feedback
Gotcha.
from this whole
But
team.
who would you put in that last defender spot then? Would you keep Guardiola in there, or would you go
No,
for
you
a
can keep
double Manny
Guardiola. You can
defense?
keep Guardiola. There's nothing wrong with Guardiola. I mean, if you're free hitting, you want to put the most explosive assets in there. I think Guardiola is an explosive asset. You should put him in there. Yes. I think what I
Mm,
would have done if I was in this free hit, right? I think okay, but because you have Gibbs, well, you can't go double first defense. So I understand that. Guardiola, I think the back line is fine as it is, bro. I just think the better spot, as Stark said, switch that with Foden and that's it. Foden or Marmoush, whichever, and you're chilling.
do you think
Okay, perfect.
do you think Son gets the start this game week?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not gonna talk about that one, bro. Hell no.
I
I
don't
don't know
even
about
know.
Son. I don't like Son.
Because there's no Europa League. It's an international break, so based on how they've
Um,
performed in the league without him starting, and then when he comes on, he changes the game. I just don't see a world where he doesn't start. Even Solanke got 90 minutes in Europa League. Maybe Solanke gets benched, but
It's
surely
Fulham
Son.
though. It's Fulham is a tough fixture now.
yeah, his
Um,
record versus Fulham is horrible,
You
like
don't buy
historically.
attackers versus Fulham, man. With all due respect, bro. I've never ever
That's
targeted Fulham as a fixture, except one time. I guess with City maybe I tried, and that didn't work out well with Haaland captaincy. He blanked versus them.
yeah, it's obviously you wouldn't captain someone against Fulham, but I just think if I had the money, Son or better, I'd take Son. If I had
Yeah,
a
makes
strong
sense.
inclination that he was starting.
I mean, I'd rather
I
try
get
to
that.
take a punt on maybe. I don't want to say it, but what was I gonna say? Shit. Bowen.
He was
What
going to
were you
say
gonna say, Xerxes or
he was
something
going to
like
say
that?
Garnacho, I think.
I mean, I would have said it but he's not been on. To be honest, he looks so threatening, man. He looks so dangerous, but he's not converting his chances, bro.
And I actually really like Garnacho. I
I
would
like him
love to
too,
have
but
him
he's
on
not
my
converting
free
his
hit.
chances, bro. I like Evanuson actually. I really do like Evanuson, by the way. I do like
Mhm.
him. I genuinely do.
Yeah, he feels really talismanic for them when he plays. He feels
Nah,
really
yeah,
talismanic. Yeah.
he's explosive, man. I like him. I think
Mhm.
if you put Evanuson,
The problem is
Marmoush forward on any of
he
them,
doesn't play. Bro, Evan Nilsson doesn't play 90 minutes. He plays 70 minutes, and he's not on penalties.
yeah,
It's
I
just
think
on paper,
yeah,
Vettel's just a better pick.
I think don't overthink
Yeah.
any of the other picks. I think your team is fine as it is. Just worry about better what you want to do with him. The rest leave as it is,
Okay,
bro.
perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect. All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
yeah. You're cooking, by the way. I love this free hit, man.
Thank
Just
you,
to let you
thank
know,
you. I'm
guys, if
hoping to
you're a
gain
free
some
hit
points
boys, yeah,
on the
this is the
field,
best
man.
free hit team, yeah. Except obviously Beto, you can have instead of Beto, you can go Marmoush or Foden, whoever, as was really said discussed. That's the only pick that you can choose. The rest is very nice. Just one thing is I
Perfect.
prefer Elanga over Gibbs White. It's just my personal preference. But anyways,
Fair play.
moving
Fair play.
on to
Fair
chip
play.
strategy. Rough chip strategy. Um, what are
What are
you
we
thinking
thinking,
currently?
Kayman?
What route are you on right now?
For me,
Yeah,
oh man. Okay, so my strategy is very different than the field. So I've already used my triple captain, I think in 25. So I've already used my wall card as well. So I'm going to be on AM, sorry, free hit 29, AM 31 to 33, and then bench boost 36. Now we have a slide later on to touch on the double game week in 36, but the fact that Spurs advanced and the fact that
Villa.
yeah, there is like Villa going through in the Champions League because they have to play against PSG. They also will do well in the cup because they're playing against a lower league team as well.
Yeah, Preston. They're playing
So
versus
I
Preston.
think
Like
Preston, yeah,
Villa doubling has a very good chance in 36. With Tottenham, we also think they have a good chance because they have a very good draw versus in the FA Cup. Sorry, in the Europa. So with Tottenham and Villa, they look like to be advancing in their respectable cup competition. So there's a good chance
yeah.
of them doubling.
But that chance of them doubling is like 30%. You do need a lot of things to happen for it to happen, but it is a possibility. So
But if it does happen, it's FPL chaos again, innit? So
yeah, because you're gonna have so many people you'll want to bring in 36, and then they'll blank 37.
exactly right, exactly right. My chip strategy, though, I
What a
wanted to touch
mess.
on this, guys, because Stock. I know I tried to speak to you earlier, but obviously, your mind was not you were not trying to think FPL at the time. I hope your mind is in FPL. So I'm just gonna cook give me like 5 minutes, boys. I'm just gonna cook. So with my chip strategy, for those who are listening, it's quite unique. It doesn't have any set in stone. I'm gonna free hit that week, bench boost that week, and whatnot. It's a bit more flexible. It could be one or the other depending on how the fixtures fall, because we are waiting for the quarterfinal draws to be finalized for the FA Cup. So based on the information we have, my current plan: navigate 29 blank, uh, and then navigate double game week 32. Even if that means I'll have one or two less doublers compared to the field, I have compromised a lot this season in the doublers, and I've survived somehow. So I'm trying to use that principle again and really attack the end of the season. So I'm still navigating 29 and 32 double, and come 33 double, depending on what team's double, I will either walk at 32 or and bench boost 33, or I would free hit 33, walk at 34, and potentially bench boost in double 36, something along those lines. Um, but I would rather want to get the bench boost out of the way because that makes things my life easier. And one of the things I like about wildcarding in 32 is that it helps me get rid of the Newcastle boys. If I'm double or tripled up on them, I'd want to get rid of like at least one or two of these players. And then same with Palace, if they don't double double, I do not want to carry them over to say 33, 34, and whatnot. So that's one of the
Right,
advantage of
so
I think,
you're
yeah,
saying wildcard 30 wait, so you're saying wildcard 32?
32 and bench boost 33. That's what I'm feeling more.
Okay, but
Uh
then if you wildcard 32, that's when Newcastle and Palace are doubling.
no, I'm saying, yeah, oh, I could probably, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Do you know
Mm.
You're
what my
right.
do you want, do you want my opinion on the Palace and Newcastle double?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna have two Palace max, and I'm also going to probably have two Newcastle max. I don't think the double is fantastic for Palace to
Mm,
have a triple up. You know, I didn't have a triple up. I didn't have any Villa in their double. I had no Everton in their double, and I had Green Arrows. But obviously, I had the AM chip.
mhm.
Um, I just don't. I just don't think it's amazing for Palace unless they double double. Then it makes sense, and then anyway that negates your concern about 33. So you wouldn't have to make any moves away from Palace. But with regards to Newcastle,
Mhm.
I just think with Hall injured, who would you really get in the defence anyway? I feel like you're probably overdoing it. And then
Yeah.
secondly, Gordon and Isak, it's just a no-brainer, really, isn't it? That's all you need. And you're going to
Yeah.
have Isak because they play Leicester in 31. So if you
Yeah.
don't have Gordon, just get Gordon, have
Well,
Mateta and Munoz, or
I would say
I
like
just have Mateta and Munoz.
yeah, it makes
Mm,
sense. I agree with that actually. Like Mateta, Munoz, and then Gordon and Isak would probably be the best four if you could only go for two and two. I think if you go for Gordon though, you might as well bring him in for that Leicester fixture as well in 31 because that's when he's back from suspension. Because he's going to be missing all the games plus the FA Cup match, so he's back for Leicester. So you could, if you had somebody like Bumo in your team, you could just do Bumo to Gordon in 31. So you could get like Isak and Gordon against Leicester. It would be pretty
yeah.
spicy right before a double. So
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Man United playing Man United and Palace in a double, like that's not locked clean sheets, is it? Let's be real. For that, their defense isn't
Mhm.
fantastic.
no way,
Bru-
that's not bro. It's not a clean. I don't think they're gonna keep a single clean in
Mm-mm.
that game.
Man
Like I would have
United,
originally thought, like yeah, I would have thought originally Man United would have been like a clean sheet, but they have performed very well in big games recently.
Bruno Fernandes free kick, zero zero shots until the 90th minute,
I
direct free kick, goal.
I don't know. Maybe I'm trying too hard to avoid the template chip strategy. Maybe, guys. I think I'm trying too hard. Maybe. I don't know.
No, no,
What do you
no. I
mean?
think this strategy that look this strategy we was on in like game week 20 came and this was our strategy if everything played out the way it was predicted. But
Yeah.
it's come full circle, and I think it does kind of make sense. But the concern would be if the doubles fall, like I think they could, where West Ham double in 33 and Arsenal double and Palace double, then I think
Mm,
bench boost 33 is probably going to be the play for me. So you,
yeah.
I don't really concern myself talking about it. I just have different routes based on different outcomes. And then
Mm,
whatever the outcome is, I'll lock in that route which is optimal for that outcome. Does that make sense?
makes sense. Makes
Yes,
sense.
There's
but
no
I
point
think the
worrying
key
about it.
is like I think the key is identifying like what is your plan for Holland? Like are you because Holland is in an interesting position. He plays in 29, doubles 33, potentially doubles 36, but blanks in 34 and blanks in 37. So like it's an interesting path where like if you go for Holland, for example, now, and it's like you could look to just free hit in 34 and then maybe get your bench boost off in 33. If you could, but it would be hard to get a bench boost with Holland, right? That's the thing. Right? That's the
Yeah.
disadvantage of going for 33 bench boosts over like going for like a 32 bench boost as an example. You could drop Holland. You don't need to have Holland because you could just free hit Holland in game week 33 and you'd have
Mm,
like Salah, Palmer, Isak in 30, 31, 32, and 34, right? and then 33 you free hit for Haaland and all these other players you don't even want, like the West Hams. You don't want like do you really want to be owning Wan-Bissaka or Kudus or Bowen long term? Do you want to be owning like João Pedro or Matoma long term? Like I don't really think so. So like that's why I think the advantage for you guys is really free hit 33. I really believe that
Do
because
you
I
guys
don't
like
really like
wildcard
Haaland.
34? That's my one question because I really want to wildcard towards the end of the season so that I can really attack those last 3 4 weeks. You know what I mean? Is there any advantage
It
in wildcard
depends what you're
34?
saying, bro. There is advantage, bro. Like,
What's the
okay,
advantage? I want to
this
know.
is okay. You have to decide how you navigate Holland. Like that is such a key thing. If you guys are going in on Holland now, right? Then you what you could do is you could free hit 34. But like the advantage, in my opinion, the biggest advantage of a late wild card is that you can get to Holland. But you've already done it. You see, all most of the hard work is already done now. You've put Holland in. Like all the sacrifices you should have to need, the hits, this sort of thing, you've already done it. But it's like, do you want
But
to
you
own
don't even buy
Holland just
Haaland
for
in
these 2 weeks,
34. 30,
Brighton and Leicester?
but you don't buy Haaland in 34 because Haaland blanks in 34.
Can I?
Yeah,
My
yeah.
question would be, maybe for a next pod, we need to build a wild card for 35 and see how it looks like. Because I'm looking at this graphic of the fixtures for 36
Yeah.
slash 35, and I just look at it and I think Newcastle's fixtures are crap. I wouldn't have Isak. I don't think. Palmer, I wouldn't have. And it's like, surely in the wild card in 32, if Newcastle don't double, you wouldn't have many Newcastle or Chelsea anyways. So
Yeah.
how different realistically is the wild cards 31 slash 32
It's not that
to
different. It's not that different.
right, exactly. So if you're looking at like optimizing a chip, perhaps wildcarding for 31 to bench boost in 33, if the bench boost is looking optimal, it's just the better play considering the
Yeah.
wildcard 36 team won't look that much different from a team that just navigates to 36 and wildcards in
I think
31.
you're don't go to bench boost 33. I genuinely think that's not smart. I think bench boost 32 is the play. Like
No
it's
way, bro. No
there's
way. Not a
but because if
chance.
you go okay, fine. If you go for 33 bench boost, that means you have to hold on to the likes of like Bowen, Kudus, Wan-Bissaka, João Pedro, Matoma, potentially, if these are the guys doubling in 33.
No, but we don't
That's
know
the
who's
downside.
we don't know who's doubling.
Right, right. We'll know in a few weeks' time, but that's why it's like I'm lower on bench boost 33 because I don't
Okay,
want
hear me
those
out
guys
on this
long
one,
term.
right? Is that crazy, right? Hear me out, right? This one might be a bit crazy, right? Just a thought in my mind. Just tell me what was wrong with this one, right? I can easily get four doublers, like you said, Stark. I can get the Munoz, I can get Mateta, or I can get Eze or Mateta, and I can get Gordon and Isak. I can for free. If I want to get five doublers, I have to take a hit, and I can do that as well. If I want to get for a Newcastle defender, I can do that. I can navigate blank 29 and 32. Come 33, I can free hit, and 34, I can also navigate and wildcard 35. Can I not do that? And
Yeah,
bench plus 36.
you can, you can, but I just going back to Kanji. I don't. Why would I bench boost in 32 when the palette like I'm only going to have four doublers? I'm not optimizing a bench boost. If I've got four players doubling on my bench, I've got four extra fixtures for that chip. For
Yeah.
me, it doesn't make sense to bench boost in 31, just no 32, just for the sake of it, because I don't actually
Mhm.
think the doubles are that good anyway. If that's the
Mm.
case, I'm going to have majority of single game week players on my bench. Why don't I just
Yeah,
bench
but
boost in a game week like 30 when the fixtures are better for all teams? It's the same
I
odds.
agree. I agree with that. The problem is, it's like in game week 30, like you're coming off an international break and you're coming off like an FA Cup game. That's the thing.
I wouldn't bench
So like,
boost in
will the
30.
key
I was
players
just
even
using it as
start?
an example of like
Yeah,
fixtures.
no,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm just giving the counterpoint, right? Like basically, bench boost is such a useless chip, bro. Like in my last 2 or 3 seasons, I picked up 20, 17, and 23, but I've always spent like 4 or 5 transfers just preparing for this, and like sometimes I'm even taking a hit in one of those. So it's like on average, I'm really like getting 15 to 20 points from this chip, wasting 4 transfers on it. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, I
I would
agree.
much rather
And
just get it out of the way.
I agree, Kanji, and me and Kayman have been reinforcing that point like for like the last seven podcasts with regards to bench boosting. We've literally been saying that. That's why we're wildcarding into it because you don't plan for it. You just build a wild card and then you bench boost it next week. You don't plan for 5 game weeks. You don't use 5 transfers. You don't suffer. You just wildcard then bench boost. That's always been, in my opinion, the easiest way to play the chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the key, basically, how do you navigate this with Holland slash Salah? Like, right? Isn't that the key to determine your chip strategy then?
It's not really difficult to navigate with Salah because he doesn't blank and he doesn't double for the rest of the season, right?
Yeah, so you just
Three-
hold Mo, basically.
You hold
So
you
what
hold
about
Mo,
Haaland?
and then if you just I think if you bench boost 33, then you've just got a free hit in 34, and I think there's good fixtures there to do so. And then I think your team in
You're basically
35
thinking
onwards.
thinking the exact opposite of me, which I think makes sense.
But I
Um,
just I just think that it's easy for people to talk about what would you do in 37, but let me tell you something. If Haaland doubles in 36 and he plays Southampton in the double, no matter what your chip strategy is, people are going to be taking hits to get City players.
oh
People are
yeah,
going to be taking hits to
100%.
get everyone who doubles. So everyone's going to be fucked in 37. Why worry about it? Who's going to be sorted in 37? There isn't enough chips.
Well, the key is to like not go too heavy into the doubles in 36, so you have enough playing players in 37, right?
Exactly. And that's what smart managers will do. So it's easy to
Yeah,
navigate.
yeah, I agree. That means you
Yeah.
wouldn't have to go for any of the Spurs players doubling. You'd maybe have one of Watkins or like Asensio or Rashford, one of them, maybe two Holland plus Vardiol. Like that probably be the play, like having four doublers in
Well, the,
36.
the issue with Spurs doubling is if they double, that means they're in the latter stage of the Europa League. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly. So
Russian
you don't
roulette
want
to
their
predict.
players anyway. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
you
It's
don't need it.
Russian roulette to predict who plays.
So I think we're on the same page here. It's just like, so Stark, if you have to basically identify when you want to wildcard in order to figure out what is the best for you, right? For example, if you want to put Holland in, right? Let's say you're sitting here, game week 29, Salah doesn't play, Isak doesn't play, but you don't really have trust in Palmer playing Arsenal. Like you want to put Holland in, you want to captain him, and you look and you see Leicester next week as well. The temptation is definitely high, so I understand that. So if you put Holland in for 29 and 30, now what? Are you gonna wildcard and put like the other premiums back in for 31 onwards? Is that the plan? Or do you just like continue with Holland and avoid these other cheaper premium guys? Like
Well,
what's the
my
play?
my I plan to have my front three as Isak, Mateta, and Haaland moving forwards until 35. So obviously, if I three hit in 34, but listen, I'm not locked in and I'm not worrying about it because I don't know who doubles, and I don't plan
Yeah,
to
yeah.
waste any energy trying to predict who doubles because we don't know. So when I find out who fucking plays in the semi final and who doubles where, that's when I will lock in my shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So for now it's just like a theory, but for you guys are both going to Holland. So
Yep.
Yeah,
does that
that
mean you have a more risk of an early wild card or less risk of an
I
early
have
I
no
wild card?
idea,
I
bro.
don't know.
I have no idea,
I think
bro.
you're open to both. I think you're really open to both because I think their fixtures are amazing and he's the only nailed attacker and they double in 33. I think that far is locked. I think they double in 33. I think it would have to be crazy for them not to double because Villa would have to lose to Preston and Man City would have to lose to Bournemouth. And I think both happening are quite unlikely. I think one happening is likely, but both be pretty unlucky. So you
I
could just
think
keep Haaland.
the next 4 weeks, I personally see Haaland like he's got a very good fixture the next 4 weeks, except for Palace. Like easily can bang versus
Don't
United,
sleep on Man
Leicester.
United, bro. Don't sleep on
Come
Man
on, bro,
United.
stop it,
It's
bro,
not good.
stop it, bro. I'm gonna sleep on them, bro. I know my team, bro. I know my team, bro. All right, moving on, bro. You wanna touch on the Ben
All
Clearness
right.
double, breaks the double, and thing quickly?
Yeah, definitely. Is this gonna be like the 29 to 37 graphic?
Yeah,
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
what's
so
the
you're able to
go? Sorry.
what are you thinking, Stark? What are you
No, no, no.
thinking, bro?
I was just going to say, um, I thought that if there's not been any new information, I imagine everyone who's watching this video is probably well informed about doubles now.
yeah. Just
Yeah,
one thing,
there's like
one new
only a
information
couple
I want to
caveats
mention
to
though.
bring on.
Yeah, one new
Right.
information is Ben Clearn did tweet out recently said that Game Week 36 could become a double game week anyways, but to guarantee get double game week 36, we need Spurs to beat Frankfurt, which do we think is likely, right? We think probably likely.
Yeah, 100%,
Yeah,
100%.
and then Villa to win at Preston, which is also likely. So we are looking at a double game with 36, potentially a good solid 60-70% Kanji, because I know earlier you said it's 30%. I think the odds are much
Mm.
higher. Again, I'm not an odds maker.
I
I'm just
mean,
a guy.
it's just like we're trusting Spurs, bro. Like how many times have
No,
Spurs let
no,
us
but
down?
I'm saying in terms of odds, I think look, they have good odds. They have nothing else to play for, Kanji. That's all they have. Like that's all they have left.
I know.
They're
I'm
and
just
they're in
saying
the
this is
mud
what
for the
Spurs
league. Like you
do,
know what I
bro.
mean. And then you've got the next quarters we got here. This is because Aston Villa versus Tottenham would be postponed in 37 due to the FA Cup final, and it wouldn't be able to move to the midweek of game week 37 if Spurs do reach the UEL final. The midweek is game week 36 is the other free midweek, and waiting to see if Spurs lose in the UEL semi-finals before moving the Villa and Tottenham game to 36 or 37. Would only leave fans a week notice. Okay, the rest doesn't matter. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. And I think Villa has a very good route to the final as well for the FA Cup. And Villa, to be honest, they've got some depth in the attack now, man. And they're playing well. You know how
They could,
Emery
yo,
is.
are we gonna say Villa could win the Champions League? I mean, they really gotta put some good
I wouldn't
performances
go
in
that
there. I'll
far.
be cheering them on.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm team PSG all the way, man. I think, like, funny enough, actually not, and I won't say that. But yeah, I think PSG to win the Champions League. I think Tottenham win the Europa League, and I think I don't see Villa winning the Champions League. But listen, we can't underestimate him. Emery's great at cup competitions and in Europe.
Just touching
Definitely,
on
bro.
the
That's well
best
said.
Bournemouth mid. I know a lot of people, talked about Dango, the best Bournemouth mid, X, Y, and Z. One thing I have to say, I was the one cautioning everyone, telling everyone, guys, I don't know when when Fingy is back, Evan Nelson is back. Although he looks good in the eye test, he had all the numbers, everything. And Lord behold, what happened? Evan Nelson is back from the dead. All of a sudden, Dango Unchained became Dango Chained. So for those Dango owners, a moment of silence.
Dango Unchained to
I'm sorry.
Dango Chained.
I'm
I don't
sorry,
know
guys. I'm
where
sorry.
you
I know.
get
I'm
these
sorry. I
jokes
know.
from, bro.
Hey, listen.
Guy
If it makes you
kills
feel
me,
better,
bro.
I actually did buy Hoyson, the bum, and he got me 0 and 1 point in the last 2 weeks.
Bro, you know what? That's so unlucky. I know you had to pick between Hoyson and Nico Williams. Like, how could you have picked Nico Williams against Man City? Like,
I know,
that's
man. I know.
unlucky, bro.
It's okay.
Anyway,
It's okay, bro. So
all
yeah, do you guys
good.
want to touch on this now? Best Bournemouth mids now that obviously they got their full
I did
strength team
just want to
back.
say, like,
Yeah.
if you don't own Clivert, this is such a good week to put Clivert in your team. Like, I look at Clivert as last season's Palmer, not to that much of an extreme, but genuinely, he's just underpriced. Like, Bournemouth are a top 2 or top 3 attack in the entire league in terms of expected goals created over the season. Clivert has his minutes were more questionable in the beginning part of the season, but towards the most recent part, last 10 games, he's been getting 80 plus minutes every game. He's on pens for a top 3 attack, and he's priced at 6.0. This guy's a season hold for me from now until the end of the season. I don't care what the fixtures are. So just emphasizing, if
Who's
you
the
don't own
best
him,
second attacker in Bournemouth?
oh, that's like the hardest question, bro.
That's
Like,
the
I think
easiest
Evan
answer. It's the
Nielsen is
easiest
actually
answer. To
very
me, it's the easiest answer,
talismanic.
bro. It's the easiest answer. Genuinely is.
Who is it, bro? Who is it?
It's Evan Nielsen, bro. I don't understand. Like, we're talking about Dango, Semenyo. All these guys are nice. They're nice cherry on top. I'm sorry, bro. Like, Evan Nielsen is the truth, bro. Like, if I was looking for a striker in the market, even this week, I'm buying Evan Nielsen.
All right, but considering the fact we only have 3 strikers available, and let's say you're bench boosting, and let's say Villa double in 33?
Bournemouth can double in 33 as well. Villa
Yes.
definitely double in 33. Bournemouth can double in 33 as well.
Right. So who do Villa double against?
They've got just going back on the fixtures. Villa
Newcastle and
has
Man City.
Newcastle and Man City. I'd
Right.
rather have
Okay.
I'd rather have Evan Nielsen. I think he has a better
Right.
fixture though.
Okay. So I wouldn't have Watkins on the wild cards. Obviously, if City double, I'd have Haaland, and I'd probably go for a Rodgers or like a Rashford or something in the midfield spot. But where does Evan Nielsen fit in?
He's got Man
Mateta,
United and Palace, by the way. He's a good fixture, man. I'll have
if,
Mateta. I don't know if Mateta doubles in 33. If Mateta doesn't double, I'll have Evan Nielsen. And then
no, but
who else?
let's say they do. Let's say Mateta doubles. Let's say Watkins doubles. Let's say Bournemouth doubles, and let's say City double. Who the fuck
Haaland.
do you have in your front three?
I'll say Haaland. I'll
Let-
definitely have Mateta if he doubles as well. To be honest,
You'd have Isak in 32.
but in 33 he said double. So 33 double he said.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying you'd have Isak in 32, so then you'd pivot off Isak. But who would you go to? Evan Nilsson or
I'll
who
always
else
choose
would
a
you go?
doubler, to be honest. I'll go for a doubler. But I'm saying the people wanted to buy what's it called? A double Bournemouth attack. They were looking for a striker. I wouldn't put them off buying Evan Nielsen. Especially those people are going for
Yeah, I
2 weeks
mean,
punt. There are people going for 2 weeks punt right now, stock.
Listen,
yeah,
I think
definitely.
the reason why I'd be put off Evan Nilsson is because their FA Cup game is sandwiched in between
Yeah, that's true.
31, and it's like a turnaround of the 29th of April, and then the league is the 2nd of May.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
there's
like
also
not
3 weeks,
many.
2 weeks international break, isn't it? There's a gap for them to
But
rest.
listen. These players get called up to international break, so that's even worse. Like the likes of I don't even know, but I don't know who goes to what international break. But I
Mm.
imagine these top class players have to go. I'm talking strictly FA Cup quarter final. If you're in the quarter final, these managers take this competition serious at this
All
point.
right,
They're not
okay.
going to
For short term, would you
like
have
Evan
Beto?
Nilsson 70 minutes. Evan Nilsson
Would
70.
you go for Sean Larson, Beto, or Evan Nelson for the next 2 weeks? Because those who want to work at 31, they want to pick someone right now. Who would you go for?
Why
I'd
am I
be
stuck
on.
with? Why am I stuck? Why am I choosing between three bums? Who? Strand, Larson, and Beto, and who?
Evan Nelson.
Oh, Evan Nilsson, easy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
But
what I think is. Yeah.
that's like asking
But
me,
yo,
oh,
in ter-
what do you want? That's like you asking me, what do you want me to give you? £1, 50p, or a £50 note? Like, I'm gonna take the £50 note.
That's what I said. Should we
yeah,
move
the
on,
interesting
Akanji?
thing in terms of like the third Bournemouth attacker though was like Semenyo and Even Nielsen both average the same amount of FPL points per match. So it's like pretty interesting.
But
So
Semenyo
I don't
had
know
by
if
far
Even
the most
Nielsen.
minutes and starts. Semenyo had by far the most minutes and starts. So I'd
Yeah, but it's
slightly
not like that's
say
gonna change. It's not changing, you know.
no.
So
It's still gonna change. I'm saying, but Evan Nelson was out injured.
no,
Semenyo
no,
wasn't.
that's why I'm looking like per 90
So
data
I'm
and
saying
like
Evan
per
Nelson's data is
start
more
data.
impressive than the numbers are more impressive than because he's played less minutes in less games. He's got, but he's matching Semenyo.
But I'm looking per 90 though. Anyway, either way, like there, it's nothing really to split them. I would just take
I'm
Semenyo
sorry,
over
Evan Nelson
minutes.
is better than Semenyo as an asset. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's clear
All right, well,
for
let's
me. It's
see. Let's
clear,
see.
bro.
I mean, we'll have to see.
I mean,
We'll
if
have to
Evan
see.
Nelson doesn't break his legs, then yeah, we're gonna see. Game week
Nah,
26.
you're wrong on this, bro. You're wrong on this, but let's see.
We're wrong on what? Wait, so you're saying Evan? I
No,
think
bro,
Semenyo is gonna
Semenyo,
outscore
bro.
Evan Nelson if
Bro,
they get the
if
same amount of
Clivert
minutes.
wasn't on pens, if Clivert wasn't on pens, I would even be arguing Semenyo is the best Bournemouth player.
I'm sorry, I disagree. I
So
strongly
yeah,
disagree.
that's what I'm saying. That's what
I
I'm
would
saying. Like
argue. I would
Clivert's like
argue
stepped
if
up
Evan
into
Nelson
it.
was on pens, I'd argue Evan Nelson is the best Bournemouth attacker to
Yeah,
own.
he would be. I would agree. Yeah, but
Okay,
I'm
but I
saying,
know. Let me count Kanji, right? Kanji, if Watara was playing through as the number 9, right? Who's a better? And let's say Evan Nilsson was out for the rest of the season. Who would you
oh,
get first?
Dango Clivert.
Okay, so you'd go Dango, right? So
Yeah,
because why is that? Isn't I know he's a out of position striker playing midfield, but isn't it also because
exactly.
Bournemouth chances go to the striker?
No, he's out of position, midfielder, but he's a striker,
Yeah, but if you
right?
look at like not the XG side of things, but if you look at how many shots Evan Nilsson gets per 90, a lot of their chances fall to Evan Nilsson. And if you look at the way he
But
finished these chances,
Semenyo's like top 10 in the league for
I
shots.
know, but one thing,
Anyway,
one
I don't
thing
know. I
you
don't like
listen.
this
I'm
Semenyo
not
disrespect.
Angie. I'm not here shitting on Semenyo, right? I'm not doing that. I rate
Yeah.
him. I'm just trying to get you. I know you're an analytics manager, right? And I'm just trying to get you to realize that XG is a good statistic, right? But what it doesn't what it doesn't take account for is a player's finishing. Semenyo's
Mm,
finishing is not good, in my opinion. Yet he's not the refined article. Whereas when I watched Evan Nilsson dink the keeper in that last game on his weak foot, I thought,
he's
okay,
class.
this guy can finish. Like, so when someone's better at finishing than someone, you have to take into account if there's like an XG difference of 0.10, then that player who's better at finishing, if he's only got
It's the
0.10
better
XG
player.
less, I'd have him over Semenyo, for example.
Yeah. But there's also like the fact he plays 70 minutes and he's also a striker. Anyway, either way, we'll see what happens at the end of the season. Yeah, I'm high on Semenyo.
Just to end off, Semenyo is a bum. I wonder for 12 weeks he got me one return. He's a bum. And also, Hoyson is on fraud watch as well. He's also got me 0 and 1 punter. He's also a bum currently. Currently, prove me
Oh,
wrong, Hoyson. Prove me wrong. All right, moving on. Here
let's
is
move on.
our
Let's move
game
on.
week 26 PFC. We missed the game week 28, boys, and 27. Unfortunately, I think I'm back on track somewhat. With I went 3-4-3 with Mitoma, Gakpo, and Salah. Mitoma did get a goal, I think, as Gakpo flopped, and Salah got obviously he does what he does. So a nice to get 3 out of 3 for for after a while.
Yo,
Yeah,
who?
so I went for Dango on mine because he was supposed to be the striker that game. I don't know if he was the striker. I don't even know if he just blanked. But regardless, a flop for Dango when he was my punt, so that I didn't get anything there. Vardio flopped against Liverpool, of course, and then Salah banged. So yeah, just 2 for 3. And then there's Stark, bro. The man, he's so consistent. How am I gonna catch this guy?
I don't like this section anymore, guys. I don't enjoy this anymore. Let's add something else in this podcast, bro.
Bro,
Stuck.
I'm looking in. So I'm reading the comments. I'm just thinking, who the hell is Bazza McClafferty?
I have no idea, bro. I have no idea. But yeah, Stark had Minter and Gordon and Bimo. They all smashed it. So I guess Gordon flopped and Bimo smashed it. And Minter smashed it. There was a whole I guess a what's it called? There was a whole my tweet about Mbimo captaincy went viral. I think that was the thing. I was apparently debunked. And guess what? You know, Salah captains. We won at the end of the day. He still matched Mbimo. So all that differential noise for what? Hold that Salah and Mbimo captain is for nothing. I'm sorry, Stuck. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't apologize to me. You said you don't like him. That's your opinion. Do you know
I
what I
know, I
mean?
know.
I liked
But
him
you know how
when
people
he got
try
me 4
to,
points. I'm happy.
you know how people try to obviously, you know. Anyways, whatever. The tally, the worst slide I could ever look at. I can't look at the slide. You guys talk about it. Can't look at it.
Nah, Stark is on fire, bro. He's actually on flames. I need him to start like fumbling around so I can at least have a respectable finish, back at the top eventually.
Listen, where's the table? I can't see it.
You're on 38 points. You're literally, bro. You're gapping me by ×2, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Heck,
Total
it's
38 points.
unreal. I'm 38, 33, and 30, bro. That's
Your
the table
flop
right
and
now.
captaincy is like it's like a machine. It's like never goes wrong every week. Bang, 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 bang. Like he doesn't miss. This guy doesn't
Yo,
miss.
I'm shooting like fucking prime simp right now when
It's
it comes
insane,
to
bro.
flop, bro.
Bro, you're crazy with that shit, bro.
What are we saying for this week though, Stark? What are we saying?
Yo, I've gone for the boy Cole Palmer to flop versus Arsenal.
That's insane,
That's
by the way. That's actually
unreal.
insane,
This
bro.
guy's mad, bro.
Bro, Palmer
I've
can
put,
return,
Yeah.
I've
you know.
listen. I'm on 15 for flop, and I've had Haaland in the flop section. Like,
You
I'm
went
not
wild,
afraid to
bro.
put up a premium asset because I just think Chelsea under Maresca are struggling. We didn't have a shot for like 36 minutes against Copenhagen. So against Arsenal, I can see us struggling. I think they've got a very good defence, and I think our attack is struggling. Palmer's struggling. So it just makes sense to go for him. And Adoy, punt, Ipswich, I think he can get something. I think he's got a lot of goal threat. And I just love him as a player. Funny enough, we sold him, and I was happy for him to get the move, and he'd be our best winger right now.
We're
Oh
definitely
man,
better than
Haaland
Madueke and
captain,
Sancho, bro. We're definitely better than them two.
Haaland captain, man, it is what it is. The
Is what it is.
robot, he's back.
I would have
Yeah,
liked
it's
some
funny if you
differentials amongst us, you know. Would maybe we're disrespecting Chris Wood here.
Nah, nah, nah. Come on, bro. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. You
Come on,
can't
he's that
count on
guy,
him.
bro. Listen, guys, if
Yeah.
you're captaining Wood, is not a bad option at all. I just want to say it. Personally, I've this season I've not captained any assets other than premium, and I'm gonna keep that same consistency up. I don't really like to go for assets that are not premium as a captaincy. So it served me well. So I'm following the same trend, and let's hope Haaland can bang. Interesting to note is that we all actually went for a Forest mid as a punt. It'll be really good to see who comes out on top. I know Kanji's gonna own Gibbs White. I'm gonna own Ilanga. Do you have Hudson-Odoi stuck or no? I don't know if you do.
What in
Yeah,
my
he
team?
does.
Yeah. Do you have Hudson-Odoi in the team?
Yeah, bro, come on.
Okay, that's fantastic. So we all own these. So we all got a punt in a week where we own them. So it's really, really interesting this week. We can't
Yeah.
wait to see who comes on top. I think this is gonna be one of the most fun week of PFC for me because I think if I can win this one,
Nice.
I'll take this as a trophy for the end of the season. I don't care about the overall. I don't care. This will be my trophy. I'm gonna clutch onto straws. This will be my trophy. Even though stock is leading by 20 points, whatever. If I beat these fuckers this week, yeah, let's go. I can't wait. Let's go. So
Bro,
yeah.
I saw your PFC and I saw Ja Pedro in there, bro. You guys hate Ja Pedro. Holy.
Oh, what this?
No, I
Oh,
had
what this?
I think my PFC this week was you mentioned earlier, like it was Gibbs White was my punt. My flop was Wissa. I'm kind of hoping that this is gonna be like an open game, but I don't think Brentford will get that many goals from it. So that's why it's like I put Wissa there. I could go wrong. I didn't know who to pick, but Wissa was the one that stood out to me. I'm gonna trust Bournemouth. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my PFC.
Yeah, looks, guys, make sure to leave your PFC in the comment section below. It's a really fun section that we come up with. It's really engaging with the community, and it's just a fun thing to do. It's really unique. Not many people do it, even though I'm having a shocker of a PFC season, but I still do think it's a great idea. But every time I do this, as I do the graphics, I just look at my tally and I just say, "Fuck's sake." But yeah,
No, Kayman, do you know what I realised?
yeah,
Basically, me and Kanji would have put Palmer the last 2 game weeks for captaincy. So we would have
okay.
both lost one there, and you would have put Salah, so you'd have gained 2 points on us if we did it.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's actually interesting.
Well, it's good
Very
we
interesting.
missed them. It's good we missed them.
Fairs, fairs. Moving on. Sorry, this graphic doesn't look the best, Kanji. I don't know what kind of screenshot you sent me, but you've got 56 points. Yeah, I think you got a total of
This
56
guy's always
points.
hating on my graphics,
No,
bro,
no,
for
no.
real.
Do
I
you
mean,
send me this though? I think you send me this, or I've got it from
yeah,
X.
yeah,
It doesn't look great. I don't know why.
yeah, no problem, no problem.
Yeah.
Basically, like this is the story of my season. It's a great team with poor captaincy. Like if you had just given me those like 14 extra points from captaincy, I'd be riding a massive green. I don't know how many weeks I've been in this exact position. It's really held me back this season, and I don't know what to say about it. So next year, I'm captaining the high EO player because I want to trust the way that I can build my teams. And like that's my biggest strength. So in any 50-50 decisions, if it's tight, like Chris Wood and Holland this week is not a 50-50 for me. Like, I don't think that's a 50-50. That's a straight up Holland. But like, if it was like, I don't know, Chris Wood and I don't know, Bruno, like that's closer to 50-50. I still give Holland the edge. So these are just bad examples. But if there's like a
Can I
Salah
just say
versus Paul
Henderson 10
next
pointer?
year,
Can I just say, by the way, me and Stark was early on that one. We've recommended Henderson back in game week, fuck knows, bro, like 15. Stark, remember we said 4.4, he's a great enabler. And since then, bro, this guy has been racking up points after points. He's actually matched Munoz, you know. He's matched Munoz, if not outscored him, up until
Bro,
now.
I suggested Henderson like just before like Saka got injured around that time, like
Yeah,
just before the
same. And I
Christmas
was
period.
on that, yeah, but I already had Raya. I committed to Raya. I wish only if I went there back then, because right now I would be flying, bro. Because I told my friend who walked out around game week 16 or 17, somewhere around those time, and I told him to go for Henderson, and he's laughing. He's laughing right
he's
now, bro.
cooking. He's
It's
cooking.
crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Great. I think their defense is playing really well, and I actually think he's a really good goalkeeper. Like I remember when Chelsea we played them the first game of the season, and I think he made about 6 saves. And honestly, the caliber of saves he was pulling off, I was just like, what? Like
Yeah,
I've seen him make
bro.
some crazy saves this season.
Bro, I might need to
Yeah.
bring him on wild card, bro. I might dead ass. If I walk out 31, he's coming in, bro. Dead ass, bro.
I didn't think
He's
their
on.
defense would maintain this level though, whilst
I
losing
didn't think so either, bro. They're
um,
keeping clean sheets for fun,
Chalobah.
bro.
They lost Chalobah, and I thought he was kind of helping them grow as a defense. Not saying he was the main guy what improved it,
But
but after losing him,
you know that Lapox guy? What's his name? The Lux, whatever.
Lacroix, he's
Lacroix,
very
yeah,
good.
that guy's cooking, bro. He's cooking.
He's played under Glasner before in the Bundesliga, so they've got a good relationship.
Yeah,
Mm,
he makes it seem like Anderson is not a miss, bro. Because remember, Anderson and Gay was doing their thing,
wow.
right?
He's
But
very
Yeah,
suited
yeah.
to the Prem because he's very, very quick, very strong.
yeah. And
Yeah,
Gerke,
let's
we know
see
how
if
good he
like
is,
Palace
anyways.
can.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Kayman.
let's see if Palace can hang on to Mark Gahey next season. Maybe he'll go somewhere else. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
But
Uh,
like the defense this week was like it was Palace versus Ipswich and then double Liverpool versus Southampton. So at least I got one clean sheet. Happy there. And my double Bournemouth attack. I'm gonna be with my double Forest. Sorry, I'm gonna be with my double Liverpool, my double Palace defense, and my double Bournemouth attack probably for a long period of time. And then
indeed.
Palmer, Bumo, Salah, just very like solid. And then Watkins continues to deliver the points as a differential. Nobody's considering him. I absolutely love that. So that's my team for Game Week 28. And moving on to Game Week 29, we have the free hit team. Again, just waiting for an update on or a leak for Man City. And hopefully I'll be able to put Foden in that team instead of Beto. Maybe Vardio will move to someone else. Let's
No,
see.
keep Guardiola. Keep Guardiola.
Yeah.
You're on a free hit. Optimize it. Go for the best asset you can go for. Like Guardiola's ceiling. Who has the
Facts,
highest
bro.
ceiling than Guardiola this week? You tell me, Kanji.
No one, bro.
So you gotta
No
pick
one.
the no. You can't. You gotta go for the player that has a higher ceiling. I know there's a chance that he can concede, but there's also a chance that he can score. I think in the reverse fixture he did score. No.
Yeah, but
I
have you
don't know.
seen
I'll
the
double
way he's
check.
been playing the last few game
You're
weeks? He's
right. The
not
last
been.
4 games he's not been attacking. You're right. Fuck yeah. The only way I would switch is if you go for Milinkovic. If you go for a double
It's
forest
because
defense.
he's playing Doku, and when he plays Doku, I don't
Yeah.
see Gvardiol getting the overlaps or underlaps as much. I think he's like more reserved.
PFC chicken shop. Yes, well, I'm gonna open a PFC chicken shop. Don't worry. Yeah, you're right. That's a good idea. I might actually have to open the PFC chicken shop. That sounds really good, man. absolute knockoff KFC. You know, you might overtake them. But look, Stark, I have to be honest, bro. My honest opinion, if I was on free hit, I would 100% have Guardiola because of the ceiling, not because I think he's gonna keep clean sheet. I'd probably have Dalot. I don't know. I'd
I'd
think
have, do
of.
you know, I'd have Raya. I'd have Raya in goal, and
I'll have Gabriel instead of Nori. I think I'll have Gabriel instead of thingy. What's it called?
I think I'd have
Yeah.
Ait Nori, and I think I'd put Gabriel. No, I'd put Raya in goal, and I'd have Milenkovic instead of Guardiola, and then I'd probably just beef up the third spot in attack as opposed to better.
But yeah, this is also fine. But yeah, fair enough.
But you can probably still afford like a really good third player as opposed to
Money's
better.
not
Was
an issue. Yeah, money's not an issue.
To be
yeah,
honest, you're
exactly.
right because then it frees up the spot for cells, isn't it? Sorry, for a double forest. I guess a forest defender with the attacking threat.
The reason why I'd recommend Raya is because with the injuries they've got, they do concede more shots than what they would. Not like loads still, but I can see us having. I can just see Raya getting 3 shots, Arsenal winning 1-0 or 2-0, Raya getting a 7-pointer. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Moving on to FPL Starks game with 28 team. He did everything right. I think he's got Clivert, Munoz, Kirkers. He smashed it. He got what? Son, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 returns. But what happened, my boy? Go on, talk to us.
I captained a player who didn't train for 48 hours. I'm actually really salty about that, you know. Like, if I knew that information, then I would not have captained him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just simple as that. You don't captain someone who's not
Dude,
trained for 48 hours due to illness.
What's up with managers and like not sharing information? Like,
I can see why he wouldn't do it, because if he says that, then I can see why he would not do it. But that's just annoying, to be honest.
Would you guys be surprised if Palmer gets dropped, though, man? Is that possible?
No, it's not possible.
I'd be shocked.
It's not possible. It's not possible. It's just, you know what's funny, man? It's just the fact that he actually gets a pen early on. And in my opinion, if he does score that pen, you just don't know what else could happen for him. Do you know what I mean? It's like the, what do they call it? Is it the butterfly effect?
Yeah.
Like, when something happens, it causes like a completely different outcome. But I just think, if he scores that pen, it's only one return. Like, at worst, like, it's only one return. He's down on Salah.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
But he misses it, and it's a minus. And
it's a 5-point difference. He would have probably got 3 bonus points as well. It would have been a 5-point difference. It's not that much.
Crazy, man. Like, Madueke stops him from scoring. He misses a pen. Like, he's missing one-on-ones. It's just mental, bro. It's mental, man. It's mental.
Absolutely
Can't believe it.
Anything else you want to mention on this? I feel like you would have had a massively narrow if you captain Salah. Obviously, if you had 15 pounds on top of 48, I think the average was 52. And I think you would have had 15 plus 48. What's that?
No, I would have maintained my rank, probably maybe a 3-point green arrow. I'd probably be like,
you would have been on 68 points. Yeah.
I'd be chilling, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. I got Salah's minutes wrong. And Palmer got less minutes.
Yeah, ironic.
And form. This is when form plays into account. This is when form plays into it, right?
You're right.
If Palmer's in form, he probably converts the pen. So
yeah, your 29 team looks fire as well, Stark. Looks fire, bro. Talk to us.
I need to remove vice captaincy off of that fraud. Other than that, I think I'm going to start Cresswell ahead of Kirkers.
Fairs. Kirkers. I would have said Robinson. Oh, what's going on there, Stark?
Well, I don't own a Tottenham player, whereas I have Mbeumo. So
Zabani is back though.
I don't think he is. No,
he's back.
He is.
Yeah, but he might be back. But Brentford, Bournemouth are like 3-2 games. Like, if you look at the head-to-head record versus Frank and Iriola, they're very high-scoring games, very end-to-end.
Yeah, I'm glad I have Mbeumo then, bro. I'm glad I still own him, bro.
If I play Mbeumo, I just personally like to maximize what I've got, and if I've not got a Tottenham midfielder, I'm going to play my Fulham defender. If I've got a Brentford player playing, I might as well play Cresswell. I think it'll be a close game between Everton and West Ham.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, your team looks really strong, bro. I think it's blank game with the fact that you got a solid team. You're able to put out 11 players is really good. Most people are probably gonna have 10 players and they're gonna take hits. Did you take any hits? What moves did you do this week?
Yeah, I took a hit.
And what did you do?
Um, I removed Trent for Cresswell. I removed Cunha for Haaland, and I removed Son for Cho.
Okay, Hudson Odoi. Okay,
Mm,
fairs,
makes
fairs.
Yeah,
I mean,
sense.
these are very good
FPL
moves.
Hammers
Yeah.
in the chat, by the way. FPL
Yes.
Hammers in the chat said Cresswell on set pieces and corners. Good shout.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So he
Fantastic.
has, set piece threat. By the way, guys, he's 3.9 million. So if you are looking for a player who has attacking threat and plays in a defense that is somewhat capable of keeping clean sheets and has two fixtures where you could see at least one clean sheet and just want to play maybe in one game or the next two games, you plan to wildcard in 31. I do
Yeah.
think he's probably the best enabler out there right now.
Fairs.
Yeah.
Fairs. Moving on to my game week 28 team review. I had a bit of a shocker. Only thing I got right is the Salah captaincy, and the rest was an absolute disaster. Only return I've got out of anyone else is Cliver getting 5 points, and I did bench Nico Williams and versus City. I don't regret it. I personally thought it was a close call, but yeah, Hossein gave me 0 pointer. Um, Lucky to survive and not get a big red arrow. To be honest, completely honest, my
That's
safety was
crazy, bro. I
yeah.
outscored you with Palmer Cap. That is
That's
crazy.
crazy. No, you didn't
Yeah, I
outscore me. You
know.
got
That
48.
sucks, man.
You got 48.
Yeah, okay, no. Okay, no, you're right.
But
Bro,
sorry,
I
Kanji
just
outscored me.
captained it.
Yeah,
Huh?
Kanji outscored me, I think.
Bro, this shit's crazy, man.
Yeah, he outscored me with Palmer cap. So Kanji was
Kanji, we
cooking.
fumbled the bag.
Yeah.
Nah,
But
bro.
yeah.
I've done this the whole season. I'm just captaining the safe guy next year.
Yeah.
Until
Straight
game
up.
week until game week 30 when you captain Palmer again. Let's go.
Yeah. So I'm lucky to survive that week, to be honest. Just moving on. Let's forget this, that week ever happened. Game week 28, horrendous. Game week 29, though, your boy did make two moves, two big moves actually. I have sold Cole Palmer, who I do highly rate, but he was on fraud watch for a while. I did confirm on X that he's indeed a fraud right now until he turns his form back. I don't think I'll own him this season again, to be honest, but you never know. I am lining up with your boy. My defense is not great, to be honest. Double Arsenal defense. I'm rooting for them, even though I hate Arsenal. And then Hoyson, Greaves, Nico Williams. Greaves is just gonna be a basically one punter. And then Bimo Elanga, Bowen, Clive. I do love my midfield though. I absolutely love my midfield and my front too. I love them. It's the only weakness I see in
Wait,
my team is
so
probably the Greaves pick. Um,
so how come you're not just taking another -4 for Trent out to Vardio or something like that?
yeah, but that doesn't suit my long-term plan. I want to navigate 32. I'll rather do Trent to Munoz.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I thought
sir.
Vardio would be there because you get Leicester
Then
next
then
week
then what
anyway,
I
right?
do is I'll do Trent to Munoz and then I'll do Wood to your boy Isak like this. Bang.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay,
Yeah,
no, no,
and
no.
then I'll do Mbimo to Gordon. Bang.
Yeah, look at
So
that
Okay.
midfield, bro. That midfield is just meaty as fuck.
this guy's hating, bro. This guy's hating, bro. Look
bro,
at this
bro,
guy.
you don't have just
Uh,
because you're wearing that silky garm, yeah. Just because you look silky, don't mean you can have that midfield, bro.
Harry said, just be careful though, because I don't think he's set on the five back 100% now. We have more attackers in midfield. Fit wouldn't be surprised to see a change up, but I still think you'll go with it. What do you think, Stark?
What day do West Ham play?
I do not know. Someone confirm. Stark Kanji.
I don't even know.
Guys, make sure
No,
smash
just
the
I
like
hosting.
haven't
button,
looked at
boys.
any.
Smash the like button. I can check for you. Hold on.
Is it Friday?
Okay. It's Saturday for early kickoff.
Early kickoff, yes,
Or
Saturday, yeah.
so we could get some team news. Listen, if we get team news, I'm probably going to start him. But yeah, thanks for the heads up, Harry. But no,
Yeah.
Kayman, obviously it's a good midfield, but it's just funny how you've got no like original top four like mids in your team.
Yeah, man. Listen, sometimes you gotta, trust these enablers, bro. Cliver, Elanga, Cook. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. Actually, that's wrong what you said, actually. Elanga is playing for top 4 team.
No, I said traditional.
Traditional. Okay.
Traditional.
Okay.
No,
Oh,
but I'm joking, man. Cliver and Mbumo, they're very, very good picks. I'm just
Yeah.
trolling.
No. But I
mm.
was just, yeah, you're right. One pick I'm jealous of though this week. I'll be completely frank right now. One pick I wish I could have had if I had an extra transfer is I wanted to have Foden. And Stuck, that was something that I pinned in as a transfer a long time ago. That's one move I couldn't do because things have changed. I can't trust his minutes. He's not on form, and shit happened, right? So I would have had, instead of Mbimo, I would have probably had Foden, and instead of Elanga, I would have probably had Palmer, and I would have probably not have Trent then. But yeah, something along those lines. But yeah,
Well, you committed to no Foden when you got Bowen in.
yeah, exactly. And not only that is that I also committed to Haaland once Cunha got suspended as well. So my plan completely changed once those two things happened. So yeah, but you gotta
Yeah.
adapt. Plans changes, right? So you can't really.
Yeah, the
It's
Cunha
annoying that
injury was
Cunha.
mad.
It's annoying that Cunha decided to do that because there would have been more variety, more swings,
Oh,
more variety.
trust me, I would not have Haaland. I would not
Yeah,
have
it's
Haaland.
crazy, man.
It's actually
Crazy.
crazy. I was so set on getting Cunha and captaining him. It's actually crazy.
How many games is he banned for? Is it just 4?
Oh, it's gonna be longer because the FA is looking into his actions, because it's twice in a
Oh,
season that he's done that now, in one season. Sorry.
I
So he
own him
might
in
not
my
come back
draft
this
league.
season. That's how bad it is.
You're joking.
No, because it's gonna be the red card suspension is 4 games, and then the FA is gonna add additional suspension on top of that. So when is he back?
Unreal. That's mad. Wow.
This guy's in my draft team, bro, for like big money.
I would sell him. I would sell him if I was you. Genuinely would.
Yeah, he's a drop, bro.
I
I don't
don't
know
know,
who
man.
for who
Let's
though.
see. Let's wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
If you drop him, someone will pick him up because like forwards are hard to
Yeah.
find in draft league.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah, let's wrap it up. Go
all
through the
good,
chat
bro.
quickly and let's wrap it up, boys.
Right, can I ask a
100%.
question for draft league to you guys? Right,
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for
Yeah, shoot your shot.
would you bring in Garnacho this game week for Pedro Neto for a 1 week punt against Leicester?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. 100%. I said punt at the end of the day, so yeah. And I'm gonna
Yeah,
root
I
for
mean,
you,
it's
bro.
not
I
like
hope he does
Neto is
well.
like he's not that guy, you know. Like you can always move back to him later.
And we have to play Garnacho because we have no option stock. We have to play him, even in long term. I mean, I know he's not getting the GAs, but when he starts banging, hopefully he'll bang more consistently. But we need.
Man,
What's
I
your
honestly, bro, I might forget him in. Let's see how it goes. Anyway,
yeah?
let's move
Look,
on.
even
What's
though he's
your
not scoring stock, yeah, he's like a threat. Like like he's basically an option. Like even how you guys say, oh, Jackson is an outlet, even though he's missing sitters, he's creating the chances, right? So I would say Garnacho is in the similar boat for us. Even though he's not converting his chances, he's such a threat that he's creating chances. He's opening up chances. You know what I mean?
do you know who I've got my eye on?
Yeah.
Odegaard from Tottenham.
Oh wow, I don't know about him. I don't watch Tottenham like that.
He scored a brace in the Europa League just gone, and I've noticed he's been getting the starts in the Prem. It's just someone I've got my eye on if he continues to start for them in the Prem.
Yeah. Where's
Got you. Wow. Was there anything in the chat? I can't see
Yeah, there's
anything
best
today.
stuff in the chat. Someone asked, would you transfer Mikolenko to Forest Defense for free? I think it's unnecessary. You don't need to do it. Mikolenko is fine to play this week. What else? We got. Let me just go to the chat quickly. Who's the best vice captain for all of you guys this week? It's Chris Wood. For me, Haaland main cap, and Chris Wood is the vice.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. Haaland is number 1, and then it's Bruno, and then there's a drop to Chris Wood. There you go.
Okay. There's La Croix. You're just a hater. We know this. So La Croix. That's no question. What else is there? Better might be a shot if Liverpool defense is still. I don't see anything else, boys. That's it. Yeah.
Bro, Betts might be a shot against Liverpool. This guy's mad,
Someone is a
man.
hater, bro.
Whoever
No,
said
it's
that.
crazy.
That's crazy, man.
Yo, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to show love, share this video, smash the like button, leave a comment below. As I said, listen, we're here, talking about FPL in detail, really giving explanations to exactly what moves you're doing. We have 3 different great minds of FPL with experience. So hopefully you guys can learn something and share us what you guys think as well. And maybe we can learn something from you as well. So thank you guys.
Wow. Yo, Kayman, bro, you're having one of the most storybook seasons, bro. I really hope you go on to actually win it, man.
Inshallah,
Straight
bro.
up.
God willing, bro. Inshallah.
This
I'm
is why
glad
you
you've
need
covered
to.
up Holland.
This is why you need to follow us, the FPL Roundtable account on X, and you also need to like and subscribe this video because Kayman's smashing it. So if you want to hear his insights, we podcast every week. Make sure you subscribe so you can read and hear what he's saying.
Yes, and my best
Bro.
advice would be
Keys to
this week, guys.
success.
do not try to chance on Wood and Haaland. I mean, especially Wood. I'd say try don't bet against that guy, bro. Not this week. I feel like he's gonna be your 100 and something. I think Wood haters gotta swallow their pride and this week could seriously consider him. Because Stark, even though I'm captaining Haaland, bro, I genuinely have concerns that I could end up getting a red arrow because of Chris Wood captaincy. Getting that wrong. I know Kanji, you're not high on
Yeah,
that. I know you're not high on that, but I'm gonna say that out loud.
I think Haaland's gonna score a brace. I think he's gonna get a pen, and I think he's gonna score, played in behind through the high line. Nice little finish. I can see him getting a brace. He's got a good record. He doesn't really get to utilize his strengths, which is pace and power, movement, because a lot of people just low block against City. But I expect Brighton to take the game to them, play a high line at times, and they've got the quality to find him. He's got great movement. I'm gonna feast this week on Haaland captaincy. I'm not worried about Chris Wood. I own him. But I
But
just
you
want
know,
to shout out
yeah,
Soul
yeah.
Searcher quick in the chat. There's a couple of new people, and he's just said he's subscribed.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
Hey,
Come back next week, bro. Want to
Come
see
back
your
next
face
week.
regular around here.
Thank you guys, bro.
Because he's very engaged, by the way. He's always commenting throughout the whole vid.
Palmer is
love
coming for
that. Love
Kayman.
that.
Thank you, Cap. Shout out to him, man. Listen, I'm not afraid of that fraud anymore, bro. I've been afraid of him for a long time. The fear is gone now, bro. Southampton Leicester is gone. I'm okay, bro. I'll live now. He's got Brentford away. I'll live. So
All right, boys. Yo, it was a great pod once again, man. I missed these, but hopefully we can run it back next week.
yes,
Hopefully we're all on green arrows, inshallah, man.
inshallah,
Holland
boys.
captain and carries us,
All
inshallah,
the
bro.
green arrows, but Haaland, shout out to Haaland, the Earl of Norway. Peace out.